behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. It's locked, all right. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Not now!
I cannot enter.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
It ain't you, man! Kill it! Get them weapons ready! We found one! Filthy piece of shit!
This is an impressive knife. There's a name engraved on the metal. Clay. What kind of man puts his name on a knife? Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear up.
So you won't tell me your name?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break what...
Do you need medical help, sir?
I feel fine, Dr. Reed.
Are you some kind of vigilante?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys,
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby.
I could kill you for saying that. But...
So, tell me...
What? Have you got a death wish?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your...
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for...
What can you tell me?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us.
Well, you're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really?
Incredible. You know what? You're...
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here to collect payment.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then?
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't...
Gang member and shopkeeper.
If you're interested, I may find use of...
You're quite blunt.
I like people who know what they want and say...
I'm not interested in a career...
Fair enough. Stay away from us then.
Since my return from the war, I don't...
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them...
Looting corpses in a mass grave.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Really? Don't you...
Bastards, all of them.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use...
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care.
So you have no idea what really happened?
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor.
And your conscience is clear?
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Rick.
So you decide who lives?
Yes, Doctor.
Can I see what...
As long as you have money.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Well...
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line.
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the...
You're something of a figurehead around here. What can you tell me?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like...
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to...
Goodbye, Miss...
It's a good thing you cannot
Should
see
have
me
offered
now,
a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Never even been to India.
Good evening, sir. Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember.
Is there anything in particular?
How dare you say such a thing?
No reason at all to rejoice, then?
Let me tell you,
All right.
a few years ago, when I believed
What kind of tragedy?
it was a bomb,
You lost people you loved that...
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to...
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just...
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes, I feel...
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
I will see you... Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Should have offered a drink to the boy.
I should just run as
Be
far
he
away from this
cursed or
place as I
not, he's
can.
just another lost orphan.
It's locked, all right.
Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
I must look a fool. Heartens me to know you can't see me, my sweet queen. You again? What are you...
Tell me about
One of us have been...
There has to be...
No, really.
Don't you see it's an endless...
That's what my sweet Edwina always...
Do you need medical...
I feel...
Goodbye, Mr. Dick.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Come on! And I will show you how a wet food does business! You won't get me here! Get out! Get away from me, bastard! Get the fuck out, you crazy bastard!
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of you.
I hope you realize that staying here...
Ah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some...
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you...
They took my boy!
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here.
Well, this part of town used to be... nicer.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
then, boys!
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed. Still working it.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more...
I have found the gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your...
Who knows what I might do now I feel him.
Do you ever think about that?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him.
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole.
Only the strongest survive, then?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed.
That man was determined.
What a surprise. The first time...
How is your hospital?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff.
What's wrong?
Come on, Dr. Reed.
But you're alive, thanks to the efforts and...
What are you expecting, a medal?
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see.
The nurses aren't too ugly.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc.
We can't escape the consequences of our acts.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am.
And who...
I'm the leader of the Wet Boo Book.
I'll leave.
This is no time. A giant morgue disguised.
Good evening, Miss Hubb.
I need blood, Doctor.
I'll leave you.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, nurse.
You-
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you...
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really?
I don't want to talk.
I suppose that this pain is the reason.
Yes,
Could you at least tell me?
Mortimer.
you need any help?
I'm afraid I may.
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my gratitude.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather not talk.
I'll let you...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick.
What do you think of your reception?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming.
Tell me more about your arrival.
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a...
She charged you?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering...
I share your concern, Mrs.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed.
What can you...
Not much to say.
Are you really that rich?
Yes, thanks to my husband.
May I ask if you...
I'm a teacher by profession.
Goodbye, Miss...
I will not let you down, Michael.
Please, Jonathan, come in. fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like...
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in. Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton.
That's quite a blunt
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my...
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm...
You have a keen eye.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen.
I know, it's a...
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. We lack work.
Are you really smuggling?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients.
But you're not defending yourself.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor.
How is the situation?
You want to hear the situation is...
So what do you do exactly in this hospital?
I've been an ambulance driver since...
It sounds like...
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital?
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor.
Since you're on the front line...
It's a complete disaster.
Have you heard of any
There are a lot of secrets round here.
What kind of...
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
During the war, I witnessed a few...
Maybe you're right. But
you do realize you could both get fired?
come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many...
I'd like to...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the...
These poor souls have so little left.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women.
You make me blush.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but...
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is right...
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
What are your expectations?
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you...
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river.
Please continue. Every detail...
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
corner.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Another night. Surely I can endure.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
What can you...
Let me guess.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Goodbye.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em.
I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of it. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but...
How long have you been
I can't go there. Too many...
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many... Soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. Where was your friend?
He went down by the canal.
What can you tell me?
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
What can you tell me?
I'm Oswald's best friend.
This is a danger.
We were looking for the Pembroke...
I have all...
Thank you, Doc. Oswald, you can't just die like this.